All right, Netflix, what the F are you doing with this Temptation Island show? Now, I know this show has had other seasons. I've watched it. But this season, I have never rolled my eyes watching by myself, by the way. So it's me just rolling my eyes to myself and screamed at a television set more than watching this season of Temptation Island. A couple things I want to point out. And I never spoke about this show before. It was really insignificant to me until the season. Now, a couple things I want to point out is if you go on this show, you are not packing your dignity in your luggage. I'm just saying, you've left that back at the house. That's number one. The second thing is, why would anybody either think about taking their partner or be manipulated in thinking this is a good idea? Because I do see it both ways. I see the person wanting to go and do this, and then the person being manipulated by the other person that this is a good idea for their relationship. Think about this concept. Your relationship is already not great. Let's go on a reality show where I'm going into a villa and you're going to go into a villa where the sole purpose of all these other single people is to F you. And more than likely, someone already has had cheating issues. Let's see if they can be tempted. Now, this season is insane for a couple of reasons. One is you have a bunch of men that are so gaslighting. It is disgusting to watch. And I'm like sitting there like my mind is blown. And when you watch it, you're going to know immediately who the hell I'm talking about. And then you have a guy that literally thinks having a threesome is not as bad as just having one-on-one intimacy with someone. Like that all's going to be forgiven because he's real about it. This is who I am. And the ending is just, I don't even know. Like this guy's masterful. Like this guy knew what he was doing. And I'm not going to give it away because you just got to go watch the show. I fast forward through a lot of this stuff, like the dates and stuff like that, because it's just really not that interesting. I just find it interesting that of more of the dynamic or the psyche of a person. Now, I do have to say there's one girl in particular who I think from the get-go she understood it, she understood the task, and she knew what the outcome was going to be, but she was just going along with it, and she deserves so much better than what she was given during this whole thing. And then there's another girl who I just feel bad for her in general because she is such a kind person. And I hope, I'm actually reading right now in Cosmo, whether Tyler and Kay, that's Kay is the girl I'm talking about, that's just so nice, but I think she's a little dense in some areas. And I'm not saying that like to fault her because I get it. You look, I've been married twice. I know what this stuff looks like. I'm not an understanding person when it comes to being in something at a time and walking through it and going through the motions of being in a relationship that's like this. But I feel for her. So I'm going to read this and see if they're still together. I'm not going to give it away here. But this show is a hot mess and a disaster. And I really just can't even believe that they get away. I'm hoping that these people have trained professionals on staff during this because they show these like clips at these bonfires, but you're only getting like a snippet of something and it can be misinterpreted, or they're always going to just show the worst of you to your partner. And I don't know. I feel like there's something really not right about this show. It's like no other show really. So it's out now on Netflix. The full season is out. I binged it. I was just like fast forwarding, getting to the meat of things. But it is out now on Netflix. Let me know if you've watched because I don't know, man. This show is so fucked up.